Kena: Bridge of Spirits is an action-adventure game released in 2021, developed and published by Ember Labs. Early trailers and screenshots revealed beautiful, luscious landscapes and stunning movie-like visuals. I instantly fell in love with the game and I pre-ordered as soon as they went up. For some reason, I had a feeling that this game was going to be something special. I quickly realized, after playing for only a little bit, that I was correct. You meet the main character Kena while she is in the middle of a journey to find the mountain shrine. Kena is a young but very knowledgeable spirit guide. The job of a spirit guide is to guide spirits to the afterlife through helping them understand their past trauma and troubles they may still hold. Kena happens across a vengeful masked spirit who has corrupted the forest and nearby village and the surrounding lands. With the help of little spirit critters known as the Rot, she has to use her powers and learn new ones to fix the area, help the abandoned village spirits, and destroy the wicked spirit erupting chaos. The story is told wonderfully, through jaw-dropping visuals and cutscenes. It seriously looks like you are watching a Pixar film at times. There are some wholehearted, emotionally sad moments in this game that are really effective in showing the stakes that are presented before you and the hardships that Kena must face. That is only exemplified through the significance of the last few moments of the game, which is wrapped up lovely. Kena is an empathetic character who is terrifically expressive, which is seen through her voice acting and facial expressions.
Aw, it's alright. What happened here, little guy?
The world of Kena is impressively crafted. There are many different environments you will see, and they all still feel connected. The consistency of changes makes the game never get boring, as you are trekking through totally different situations constantly, as well as coming across different lively characters and imposing otherworldly enemies. The different areas surrounding the main village that you visit and explore are all dazzling and admirable. It is really fun to run around the wide open spaces, but sometimes getting through the world can feel a little rigid and not as flexible as you would want. Kena's jump is performed somewhat awkwardly at points, but traversal opens up a bit once you unlock new abilities. Kena is equipped with a staff that she uses to perform light, heavy, and charged attacks. Kena can also use her magical abilities to block and parry enemy attacks. Kena will obtain a number of upgrades, such as being able to turn her staff into a bow. Other abilities include being able to turn your Rot friends into a bomb that can be thrown at enemies, infusing the Rot into your arrows for stronger attacks, and dashing. The Rot not only plays a big part in the story, but through gameplay mechanics, like being able to throw a Rot bomb at some rocks to blow them up and uncovering a chest or a new way forward. The Rot are super cute silly round creatures that seem very incurious, but are actually insurmountable. The Rot are hiding out in different places of the world, maybe hiding under a rock or behind a flower. After you find one, they are a permanent member of your party, and there is an incentive to find the most that you can, for the more Rots you have collected, the more powerful you become. You can direct the Rot to pick up things and better position them for you to reach a higher ledge or to complete a puzzle. If you want to use the Rot in combat though, you first have to collect courage. The Rot get encouraged by you when you fight and defeat enemies. Doing this builds a courage meter in which you can use the Rot based abilities to gain the upper hand during combat. You can find and purchase little hats to put on your companions to make them extra cute. Since Kena is such a selfless being, completing small tasks like picking up knocked over statues will give you karma. You can use karma to upgrade Kena's powers, like being able to create a more powerful shield. There are also spots within the world where Kena can sit down and meditate, and doing this will increase Kena's maximum health. I like how the gameplay components are contextualized within the world of Kena. The game is very entertaining, with a good mix of both sweet leisurely moments and intense energetic fights. There is a grand sense of exploration and wonder, which allows the player to be placed in Kena's shoes and make the effort to fulfill the same role as her. On the contrary, with how the game looks, the combat is actually incredibly challenging and requires your utmost attention. Dodging, slowly getting hits in, falling back to pull off some of your magic attacks, parrying, and building up enough courage to summon the rod can be difficult at times, versus some of the bigger and tougher enemies you'll come across. Parrying in particular is astute and an essential thing to learn, since it leaves the enemy open for attacks, which can be a precious opportunity, especially during boss fights. Sometimes fighting can feel a little stiff, like platforming, and sometimes you may be placed in dire situations where enemies are able to pull off tricky attacks with not much you can do about it other than approach the situation differently and spend your courage more wisely. Some fights take a lot of patience, but it feels rewarding after completing a difficult encounter. The music and sound is what really sold me on Kena Bridge of Spirits. No other game's music has really tugged at my heartstrings like Kena's does. It really gushes a mystical and otherworldly motif and breathes life into the game and gives it shape. I feel like it is integral and truly embodies the trials and tribulations of the adventure. The staccato plucked sound of picking up a rod or the whirling rustle of activating magic is also fascinating and sublime.
Hi there.
Kena Bridge of Spirits is an exceptional adventure filled with notable melancholy and fierce and extreme action. The world is mesmerizing, vast, and never gets tiresome by having quintessential art design and passionate music and sound, although the difficulty may veer some away and the platforming can trip over itself at points. The sheer volume of gameplay involvement through combat and environmental puzzles is gratifying. Kena is such a welcoming character, and I hope there are many more adventures she takes that we can experience. I give Kena Bridge of Spirits a 9 out of 10.